Today we're going to break down the difference between a winch and a reeving roll-off dumpster system. Hey, I'm Matt with Firehouse Haulers, and today we're going to talk about the difference between a reeving system like this one and a 12-volt winch type system for roll-off dumpster rental. So this is a huge difference in the platform when you look at reeving versus winch, and a lot of people really don't even know that's a thing. They don't know the difference. So a lot of your dumpster trailers or your roll-off trailers that are built with a 12-volt winch system. That is very similar to off-road recovery, just a heavy-duty winch that runs on a 12-volt system. Those systems really are not built to run all day, every day. The motors can burn up on them. They're just not as robust. Will they get you by? Absolutely. They just aren't built as severe duty as a reeving system. So I have a background in the fire service. I have about 20 years in the fire service, lots of technical rescue training and rigging, lots of experience with hydraulic systems and rescue systems that are built like that. And we know in the fire service that electric winch systems, the drum itself, the more cable that you pay out, you're actually going to gain mechanical advantage from that. So one of the issues with the electric winch system is the more wire you have on the drum, the less strong that winch is. You actually need to pay out line to increase your capacity on the rated capacity of that winch, which you know in the dumpster business, you're winching in a very short distance the vast majority of the time. So let's say you have a 12,000 pound winch system. That 12,000 pound rating is the maximum capacity of that system, and it pulls on a pretty small cable. Now you have synthetic and wire rope you can use, and there's a lot of differences between those, but a lot of people, to increase the capacity of that winch, they'll use what's called a snatch block or a pulley, and that essentially gives you about a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage to give you a little more capacity to pull the container up on the rails, but it slows you down a lot. So a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage is going to take twice as long to pull the cable up once you attach that snatch block. Another downside of that is you have to connect a snatch block, which means doing a little bit of rigging if you have a heavy container. So electric systems are notorious for a couple of things. One, they burn the motors up. Now you can get your winch rebuilt. I know another dumpster company here local has a contact that he uses to rebuild his winch because it burns up over time. They're just not built for day in and day out operations. The other thing is they're 12-volt systems. So if you're going to operate off of a battery on the system, you really have to have what's called an Anderson connection to connect the truck that you're hauling the trailer with to the trailer, so that your 12-volt system of the truck powers the trailer for continuous operation. So your gas-powered truck would be feeding a 12-volt system on the trailer, and that allows you to have a much better operation with a 12-volt system. So if you're going into that 12-volt route, it's critical that you get the Anderson connection to make sure that you're not going to be left with a dead battery. So the gas-powered hydraulic system is totally different. It relies on a 13 horsepower Honda engine, and when we crank that engine, it generates power through a hydraulic pump. And that hydraulic pump pressurizes these hydraulic cylinders, and the hydraulic cylinders is what moves the cable in and out. So this system is modeled after your largest, most robust trucks that are out there on the market. So you're going to see your really big companies and your large roll-off trucks that are tandem axle CDL trucks, they're running this system. So this is basically a copy of that system. It's super robust. It uses 6 pulleys and 2 hydraulic rams to push and pull snatch blocks that move this very robust cable system. So you're relying on the gas-powered hydraulics to move this cable in and out, not an electric winch. Another big advantage to the gas-powered hydraulic system is the speed. A lot of the 12-volt systems are slow. They're trying to generate the hydraulics. They don't have quite the capacity or the punch of a hydraulic or of a gas-powered engine. So it takes a little while for a 12-volt hydraulic pump to spool up and generate that pressure. So it's a little slower going. Now, if you're a low volume company, if you're doing it for landscaping, or you're not turning cans 6 a day, it can get you by. It's a good system. It's a good entry-level starting price. It's a lot cheaper. It'll save you a lot of money with the 12-volt system rather than the gas-powered hydraulic. But we wanted to start with the hydraulic system so that as we scale, this system is going to be our long-term backup for any mechanical issues on trucks. So we're already looking into expansion. We have already placed an order for another EWF 16-foot trailer. So we really wanted to start out of the gate with the right specifications. Like I said, I have experience in the fire service. I've been on apparatus spec committees, rescue truck spec committees, aerial ladder spec committees. And so I know how the engineering process works and the specifications, and every time we go through this, when we spend the money up front to design the system as it's going to be used, it pays dividends in the future. So it means less downtime, less cost of maintenance in the long run, more reliability. And of course, in the fire service, we're dealing with emergencies, so we cannot have equipment go down. But as a business owner, you want the same reliability in your systems too. Downtime loses money significantly, and if you're paying drivers or things like that as you scale, when they don't have equipment to run, they are getting paid and nothing is happening. No work is being done. So to us, this is a huge safety net to go ahead and invest correctly at the beginning to get the most robust system we could. And then as we scale, the intent is that this system was spec'd exactly the way we wanted it, so that as we move into trucks, like an under CDL truck or even a CDL truck, that this can at least match the upcoming systems and provide a backup. So something that was discussed with me from another great friend of mine that operates a large roll-off dumpster business. He has 250 dumpsters and 5 trucks right now, very good operation. And he said even for him, a trailer like this is a really convenient thing to have. So if you think about it, what he brought up is not something I normally think about, is that even if you have trucks running on the road, if you have a trailer, this is really handy to deliver more cans. So you can nest a couple tub style containers and you can haul a couple cans to a busy job site that are empty on a truck and trailer combination pretty easily. So instead of hauling the loads, he relies on those trucks. They're much heavier, they're robust, they're stable, but he said this is a convenient system to be able to hook up to one of his 3/4 or 1 ton trucks and haul more containers just to get more to the site quicker. So we're going to run a real-time footage and show you how long it takes to hoist and lower this system. I'm also going to operate the winch system, so I'm going to move the winch in and out so you can see how the hydraulic ram system works on the trailer and how it moves that cable, the speed that it does it, and how robust that is. So that wraps up this part of our multi-part series on the Evolution Weldings and Fabrication trailer. Keep watching, we got more videos right behind this one. So if you follow us, we got more coming out on every component or element of this trailer. We're going over all the different features in a row so that those that want to see it can see the detailed information for each portion. So we're Firehouse Haulers based right here in Jackson, Mississippi. We provide dumpster rental services across the entire Jackson metro area, but we hope and we have plans to do some future expansion and growth across the entire southeastern United States. So thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you in the next episode.